River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Kruger. It is Coffee with Kruger. We are starting the morning off at 7 a.m. on this May 7th. I got to just mention this right now. You may notice kind of right here, there's a little bit of a puffiness. Yeah, it's the normal puffiness waking up in the morning a little bit here, but there's some kind of weird thing. Yesterday morning, I noticed kind of up above here, there was some kind of weird, it felt kind of rashy or something. I don't know. It was kind of a little irritating. And so it's been kind of irritating this eye here. So you may have noticed in my morning update, and of course you may notice now there's a little bit of puffiness in this eye. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully we can, it'll just kind of heal itself. But I feel fine. I don't really have any major problems with allergies, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. But don't you love getting older? For those of you that are in the older range, don't you just love it? Getting older is great. I remember my mom always used to tell me, don't get old. Good advice. That's very good advice. All right, let's get you to the forecast here. If those of you that need to get out the door this morning, be sure to grab something warm because, yeah, it's a little bit on the chilly side this morning. In fact, especially in Trinity County and the inland areas of Del Norte and Humboldt counties, we do have a frost advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. There actually has been a little bit of patchy fog in some of those areas as well, but that's kind of clearing out here for, kind of getting through the morning here. But everything should be okay there. Let's take a look at those current temperatures out there right now. Yeah, I mean, we're right around that freezing point. In fact, below freezing in Weaverville at 30 degrees, 32 degrees out in Hayfork, 43 degrees in Willow Creek, and you can see those upper 30s to low 40s out along the coast. And of course in the mountains, especially for the north and east, looking at temperatures mainly in the low, even some upper 30s, places like Mount Shasta City. Also a wind advisory. Now this was actually put into effect, or actually was issued yesterday, but it won't take effect until 11 o'clock tonight and will stay in effect through 8 a.m. Thursday. Now, much like the last wind advisory that we saw, again, I don't quite think, I'm taking the gusts up to 45 miles per hour. That's based off of the National Weather Service. Honestly, I don't think we're going to see gusts that high again with this one. The winds will be strong, yes, but I don't think they're going to quite reach that 45, 50 mile an hour range. I think it'll be probably 35, 40 miles per hour, most likely at that point. But bottom line, breezy today, but the winds will probably pick up as we take into tomorrow. We take a look at the wind speeds out there right now. Not too bad. They're blowing a little bit here. That's keeping those temperatures a little bit on the mild side. But you can see through the afternoon, I'm expecting those winds to be in about 10 to 20 mile an hour range. Could see some slightly higher gusts than that for the valley, and of course more than that for the coast. But tomorrow, yes, that's when we'll notice stronger winds. Even tomorrow morning for the valley, and really even as early as late tonight, we're seeing those winds pick up, and they'll probably be the strongest as we go into tomorrow afternoon. There you can see now we're getting that 30, 32 mile an hour range. So yes, 35 up to 40 mile an hour gusts, not out of the question, especially on the west side of the valley for Wednesday. And then we'll start to see the winds begin to subside going into your Thursday, and in particular for your Friday. Breezy winds today in the valley. Temperatures are again just slowly ticking up here through the next couple of days. I'm expecting those temperatures to be in the upper 50s for the North Coast and Siskiyou County, the Eastern Mountains, low 50s for Modoc County, and even warmer out in Trinity County with upper 60s there. Now we do have some cold air up to our north. That's still kind of filtering in, and that's why our temperatures aren't warming up a whole lot. We've got to get the high pressure in place to really start to build in that will allow us to see those warmer temperatures. Now a few clouds still kind of lingering for parts of the North Coast and parts of Modoc and even Siskiyou County through this afternoon and into tonight, but otherwise mainly sunny skies as you look elsewhere. All right, let's take a look at your forecast for today. Temperatures are going to be in the low to maybe some mid 70s for some of the warmer spots in the valley. About 74 degrees for a high out in Chico, 73 degrees for Redding. And for the mountains, your temperatures, yeah, as you go into the higher plains, like say, for example, Modoc County, eastern Siskiyou County, only reaching the low 50s today. But of course, as you start heading into some of those lower mountain communities, the temperature is mainly in the mid to upper 50s, although in Trinity County, as you can see, low to mid, even upper 60s, depending on where you are. Mid to upper 60s for the inland areas, and of course for the coast, in the upper 50s for those daytime highs. A quick look at your 7-day outlook region by region. There, of course, this is for the valley. And what we've got here are breezy conditions today. Strongest winds will be tomorrow. Still breezy on Thursday, but they should start to subside. And look at the temperatures. We're going from 73 today up to 92 degrees. So in a matter of 3 days, we're going to see about a 20-degree increase in our temperatures. It will be noticeably warmer. Some even argue that it's going to be a hot day for Friday, not to mention for your weekend. Mother's Day weekend looks like it's going to be fairly warm, although of course not that bad for the coast, getting in the low 70s for Thursday, Friday, back into the 60s over the weekend. I think even some of the inland areas, say places like Hoopa, Willow Creek, all could be looking at the temperatures around 90 for your Friday, Saturday, and then a slight dip in our temperatures going into early next week. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains. Now notice not only the warmer temperatures, but you're seeing a chance for showers on Sunday, Monday, not out of the question. Of course, stick around for a more detailed look at your forecast here, and we'll take a look at that chance. And it's going to looking a lot like it's just going to be kind of that typical summer afternoon showers and possible thunderstorms developing in many of those locations. Let's see what everybody's got going on out there today. Looks like Lisa's saying, yes, getting older is not for sissies. So I guess I'm not a sissy. I don't know. Maybe I am. My wife might, argue that I am too. Good morning, everyone. Have a blessed day. Coffee in hand. Looks like a beautiful day here in Red Bluff. A little chilly, though. Thank you. All right. Yeah, it is. It's one of those more, the thing is, the winds are blowing, so that's keeping that ambient temperature on the more mild side, but a little bit of a wind chill possibly, kind of for some of us, so making it feel a little bit chillier outside. Shelley saying good morning and happy Tuesday. A little chilly, but beautiful here in Weaverville. Yeah, Weaverville is a great spot. I love it up there. And, Trinity County, I love the whole area. But if I had to pick a favorite county where I like to go hiking and backpacking, it is Trinity County. I mean, come on, those Trinity Alps, the mountains out there, just gorgeous. And I think a close second, I would say, the mountains of Siskiyou County, and then going into the Eastern Mountains too. I mean, all of our areas are beautiful, and they have their own kind of unique feels to them. I mean, come on, the coast, right? The Rocky Coast, love it. You can't beat it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah. Any idea of winds tomorrow in Trinity on Trinity Lake going fishing? I think the winds will probably be gusty up there. Hopefully you might be sheltered a little bit by the mountains, but especially when you kind of get in those open spaces, it'll probably be a little bit on the windy side. Let me take a look at, just for fun, let's take a look at this. Let's take you in here and see if we can maybe take a look at the area up there towards Trinity Lake tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, as we go into tomorrow, so really the main focus of the winds tomorrow will be in the valley, and it looks like along the coast. But you'll notice in the mountains, it doesn't actually look all that bad. I mean, count on maybe a little breezy, Kim, but I would say it's going to be worse in the valley, and it looks like even along the coast. That is my overall projection. There's another, let me see if I can pull it up. This will be a good one, actually. I like this model here. Models, there we go. We can find it, Good. I'm gonna take you into this one right here. No, that's not the right one. Let me try this one again. Here we go, Kansack, there we go. Northwest, let's go out 24 hours. I'm gonna take you to this. This is a pretty good indication too. So here's today. See kind of the greens and little oranges in there for the valley. That's where we're going to see the stronger winds here this afternoon. As we progress through time, let's take it back. Let's go 36 hours. This is Wednesday morning. So yeah, the winds will be strongest in the valley. But if you look at Trinity County, kind of hard to see. I'm going to kind of take my cursor. If you look there, you can see it's not that bad. And then let's go into 42 hours. Yeah. You know what? I don't think it's going to be that bad for you, Kim. I think the winds are going to be mainly in the valley and along the coast. So there you have it. That might be a good place to go. Might be a good place to check out. That's what I would say. What else we got here? Good morning, Mike, from 7 miles west of Rebel. Of course, Curtis. Another beautiful day. Thanks for the wind advisory. Well, I mean, I guess you can thank the Weather Service for advising everyone that there is a wind event. So yes, time to secure things on the deck. That's probably a good idea. 23 more days of school left. Whew, I'm assuming you're a teacher or you're a student. I don't know. But yes, that's kind of crazy. Kind of think of it. It feels like school just started. All right, good for the kids. They are going to be off of school. Calm in Shingletown this AM so far. Well, thank you, Diana, for the report. So yeah, it's mainly kind of this thing where it kind of filters down to the valley, and we tend to see those a bit of a stronger wind out there. Hey, by the way, I want to remind everyone, this is something I've been kind of talking about a little bit here, and that is the Reading Rodeo. Now, as a media sponsor for Reading Rodeo, kind of some of the cool things is they give me a bunch of rodeo tickets. So I am going to be doing a giveaway. Now, the details of this rodeo giveaway, I've been still finalizing some of that, but I would anticipate that by tomorrow or Thursday at the latest, I will have some final details on the giveaway. I am thinking at this point what I'm going to be doing, because I've got tickets for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all right? So we'll have tickets for all 4 of those nights. I'm probably going to, way I'm going to work it is we'll have winners, and then I will contact each of the winners and see what days that they want and what days I have available, and we'll get those tickets given away. How does that sound? Frank... So be on the lookout for that. Now, here's the other thing I want to mention. If you're watching and you're interested in entering into the contest, I'm going to be doing it a couple of ways, and this is kind of what I'm thinking. I don't want to be at strictly social media like Facebook, for example, because I know some people don't have Facebook. You might be watching via Roku or Amazon Fire Stick. So here's what I want you to do. And this is just kind of good advice or good general thing for you to know anyways, is let's go to the website. Here's the website. I'm going to scroll down here and you see this little banner down here. It says Coffee with Kruger. Also, you'll notice at the very top it says Coffee with Kruger. So if you click on that or this banner, it will give you the latest recording. So what you're seeing there on your screen on the left side is the latest recording of Coffee with Kruger. Right? I record it live. I'm recording this one as we speak. And then once I'm done with Coffee with Kruger, I upload that latest video to YouTube. And of course, then you can access it from the website. You can access it via YouTube. You can also access it via the app as well. So you can click on that. So if you missed it, if you're like, oh my gosh, he had mentioned he's going to do a giveaway on Wednesday or Thursday, you can go and click on that and find out more information. I'll probably do the giveaway around this time. So not at the very top, but sometime around this time is when we'll start doing some of the details on that giveaway. So be on the lookout for that, folks. And you know what? I say, we've got Frank saying good morning from Monterey. And good morning, everyone. Slay of the day, folks. Yes, slay of the day. Make it a good day, right? All right, let's get to your forecast now, shall we? And before we get to that, we got to mention our sponsor, which is Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Taking a look at those current conditions out there right now, there you can see, of course, the frost advisory that we do have for Trinity County and the inland areas and even the higher elevations of Del Norte and Humboldt counties. This is in effect until 9 o'clock this morning, but again, it's cold pretty much anywhere you go right now, especially in the higher elevations. As you can see, 30 degrees out in Weaverville, 32 degrees in Hayfork. We do have slightly warmer temperatures. The winds are blowing, I think, in some areas, like, for example, Susanville at 38, but calmer winds right now in Alturas at about 30. And we do have mid to upper 40s, a little bit wind sheltered there, but the winds are blowing a bit out in Redding, keeping those temperatures up a bit. 48 degrees for Chico, 53 for Oroville, and we got upper 30s to even some mid 40s out along the coast. Now we do have a warming trend the rest of the week. There's the wind advisory with those gusty north winds as we go into tonight and into tomorrow. As I mentioned with that warming trend, I'm expecting 90-degree plus temperatures for the first time this year, especially in the valley. But I think even the inland areas of the north coast could possibly touch 90 degrees as well. And then a possibility for some showers in the mountains this weekend, and maybe even a few thunderstorms in those areas as well. So there's the wind advisory for the Sacramento Valley, the surrounding foothills as well. Now, this won't take effect until 11 o'clock tonight and will expire at 8 a.m. on Thursday. Now, this is coming in for weather service, gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Honestly, I don't think they're going to get quite that high. I'm thinking about 35 to 40 miles per hour is what I'm expecting out of this wind event. It's just kind of enough. Again, you'll want to make sure that you tie down any loose items just so they're not blowing around in your backyard. Power outages, probably not. I don't think they're going to be strong enough to really create any massive power outages. However, some of these dead trees with branches, it may be easy for some of those branches to break off in some of these windier conditions, and that could, of course, create the potential for some power outages, right? But again, I don't think that's going to really be a big problem here. So let's take a look at the winds here. And we go into this afternoon. Now they're picking up, right? You can see, especially in the valley here, we're seeing those gusts upwards of around 20, 25 miles per hour. A little breezy off to the north and east, and not to mention along the coast as well. And then really for many of the higher elevations, though, not that bad. Now tomorrow, all right, this is when we're going to notice it. As we go into Wednesday, yeah, we've got those gusts possibly upwards around 30 miles per hour. And as I mentioned, maybe even upwards of 40 miles per hour, especially on the west side of the valley. But pretty breezy, gusty even to the north and east out towards Modoc, Lassen County. And the wind's picking up a little bit even out towards Trinity County as well. So again, tomorrow, we may see those winds kind of picking up here, but we are looking at some stronger winds as we take you out towards the coast again. Then we go into your Thursday morning, still pretty gusty out there, but I do expect those winds to begin to subside, taking you into your Thursday afternoon. So here's kind of the big picture. What we've got here, you see this right here, see this arc in the clouds, this is high pressure. This is going to be building in over the next few days, but you'll notice too, so we have this high pressure right here. And then we have a little dip in the jet stream, which is kind of over us right now. And then you've got this instability, and that's creating the showers that we have off to our east. So this is low pressure, and this is high pressure over here. The difference between the two is what's helping to give us the gusty winds. So with that rotation around that high, we have those winds coming in from the north and west, and of course that low pressure system off to our east. Now, they're still fairly far apart from each other, but as this area of high pressure builds to the north, there's actually, the main area of low pressure is moving eastward, but there's going to be some energy breaking off from it, and we'll see another area of low pressure develop, and it'll, what we call retrograde. That energy will move westward closer to us. So as high pressure and low pressure kind of get closer together, that tightens up the pressure gradients, as we call it. These isobars, the closer they are together, the stronger the winds are going to be. It's called a pressure gradient, right? So this is a classic setup for some gusty north winds for your Wednesday. Now by Thursday, still a little breezy, especially first half of the day. But as this area of high pressure builds to the north and this one dives to the south, what happens? They're spreading apart. They're getting farther and farther away from each other. So as a result, the winds begin to die down. So our focus is now off of the winds and now on the temperatures. So as high pressure builds in, that also means warmer weather. So this is when we could maybe see our first 90-degree reading for many of us in the valley for the first time this year, and then that'll probably stick around for Saturday and even for your Mother's Day. However, going into Mother's Day, look at this. We may see some thunderstorms and showers popping up in the Sierra and even parts of the southern Cascades as well. That may linger on into your Monday. And again, it's going to be your typical kind of it starts off dry, sunny, and then we do see those chances for showers and thunderstorms developing in the mountains as we go into Sunday and Monday afternoon. It looks like Trinity County may get out of the mix here, as well as the higher elevations of the coast, but looks like we'll have to look out for that. Also, the temperature trend over the next several days, really next through May 15th through the 21st, looking at warmer, most likely warmer than normal conditions. So your wave heights going into today are going to be upwards of around 11 feet out to sea. That's why there's that small correct advisory, which will then eventually most likely be upgraded to a gale warning as those wave heights begin to increase going into your Wednesday. So the marine forecast, yeah, north winds at 15 to 25 knots. There is that small correct advisory here for today. Speaking of today, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Yes, those temperatures are inching up. Looking at temperatures mainly in the upper 60s, although places like Douglas City, maybe around 70 for your high. 60 degrees for High and Palm, 57 degrees for Mad River. There you can see Hayfork, about 65 degrees for your daytime high. The North Coast, look at these temperatures are going to be in the mid 60s, although as you head closer to the coast in the upper 50s for your daytime highs. Ferndale, 57, 55 degrees for Rio Dell and 57 for a high in Fortuna. Would take you up north with about 67 for Willow Creek, 66 degrees out in Hoopa, 57 for Arcata and 57 for Eureka. Taking you up north, you can see about 68. We're kind of pushing and approaching that 70-degree mark here for places like Orleans, but Crescent City, maybe up to about 70 by Thursday, Friday, before we see another dip in those temperatures going into the weekend. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures are going to be the mid to upper 60s on the Highway 96 corridor. I-5 corridor temperatures in the low 60s. There you can see for the mountains, yeah, the Siskiyou County, chance for showers, maybe some thunderstorms Sunday, and that could probably continue into Monday as well. That's also the case for Scott Valley for Sunday, Monday. Otherwise, a warming trend, probably touching or getting close to around 80 degrees for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we take you out towards Siskiyou County, the central and eastern mountain part of the county, that is. Temperatures in the low 50s out to the north and east, and there you can see upper 50s to about 60. Also the chance for showers and thunderstorms for Sunday, Monday. And that continues also into Modoc County. 51 for Alturas, 49 today in Cedarville, and 54 degrees in Newell. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, we take a look at Bernie. Maybe a chance for thunderstorms on Sunday and into Monday. Otherwise, temperatures today are going to be in the right around that 60-degree mark here, a little bit warmer as you start heading more closer to the foothills. Here's a look at your Lake Almanor, Lassen Park forecast for the next 7 days. Also, looking at that chance for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, Monday, otherwise dry and getting warmer as we take you through the next several days. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast to the south for Paradise. Paradise, now you'll be breezy, borderline windy. As that wind advisory does extend into the foothills. So places like Paradise and even Mineral will most likely see some of those gusty winds over the next few days. But Susanville, I don't think it'll be quite as bad for you. A little breezy, but no advisories. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast. It brought to you by NorCal Tractor with your temperatures in the low to mid 70s, 73 degrees for Red Bluff, 75 for Willows, and 73 degrees in Gridley up north, 71 out towards the city of Shasta Lake, 68 in Whiskeytown, and there you can see Anderson, a high of about 73 degrees. So let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. Temperatures slowly increasing. We're back up to the upper 80s by Thursday and Friday, and even warmer by the end of the week. I mean, mid-90s by Saturday. How about Mother's Day with a high of 92 degrees? And even though temperatures are ticking down as we go into early next week, still on the warm side with those highs. I pushed the wrong button. This is the button I was supposed to push. Did that put up the music or anything like that? I think we're okay. Anyway, one-man band. What do you say? Okay. Good morning. Elaine is saying good morning here, and have a great day and a great cup of coffee. I'm enjoying my cup of coffee out there this morning. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap it up, folks. Just for fun, kind of wrapping things up, we take a look at the day calendar. I don't know. Sometimes if you're looking for something to celebrate, sometimes people like to get out there. National Tourism Day. Hey, go out there and be a tourist. Take the day off, go be a tourist somewhere. National Foster Care Day. Well, that's kind of neat. That's kind of a neat little thing to kind of, kind of maybe really appreciate the people who provide that foster care. That's always nice. National Packaging Design Day. Really? Okay. You never know when you look at these days, right? National Barrier Awareness Day. I think that's obviously, as you can see, a person in a wheelchair. So that's probably just being aware of making sure that people in wheelchairs and handicapped people in general have access to everything, right? So there you go. Looks like there's a barrier right there. National Roast Leg of Lamb Day. Okay. I'm sure the lambs aren't very happy about that. National Paste Up Day. Paste Up Day. Some of these days are just like really interesting. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. That's kind of weird. Okay, well, let's take a look at some of the cameras out there this morning as we wrap up Coffee with Kruger this morning. So glad you could join us. This is looking out at Elk Country. And by the way, this is my one camera that I have in operation. This is the one camera that has yet to fail me, knock on wood. This is the first camera I ever put up for Weather NorCal, even before I launched Weather NorCal. The owners of this Elk Country resort were gracious enough to let me put a camera up on their property, and it's still working beautifully. You know, and my vision is eventually, my vision is to have a lot more of these types of cameras up, but it's been a bit more of a challenge than I was anticipating. So it's still in the works. I've got other people that are doing this, especially in the East in Tennessee, that are doing this, and they're kind of working on some solutions as well. So I'm kind of hoping to get in on some of that as well. So stay tuned. Again, as Weather NorCal grows and we see improvements, we will eventually have, my plan is to have an extensive camera network that I think would be really beneficial. So this is the one that I have operating. I had one in Reading and it just kept giving me more and more problems. So I'm working on that. This is you know, just for fun, I'll show you. This is actually just looking out my front window. This is just kind of my test camera, looking out my front window. And it's running off of Wi-Fi, and that's kind of the whole key here. Is Wi-Fi going to be strong enough? All that kind of stuff. Because the one in Elk Country, this one right here, this one has been on Wi-Fi since day one and hasn't had any problems. The only problem it ever had was at one point in time it had power outage. But you know, you can't really control anything like that. So that's a look at one of the cameras, and of course we'll take a look at some other cameras and wrap things up here on Coffee with Kruger. Again, thank you so much for watching us. And as Dizzy Did says, good morning everyone, slay the day. All right, go out there and slay the day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning here on Coffee with Kruger. Have a great day, everyone.
you.